everyone. This is Melanie from Melanie B's Creative Studio, and today we're going to talk about this kit that I purchased from HERRSCHNERS.com, and I will put the name right here and also in the description below. And this, I didn't know that it was Royal and Langnickel, and when I ordered it, it said Royal Brush Company. So I thought, okay, well, there's another company that we need to test. It's a board painting, and so I thought, why not? Well, I'm not disappointed that it's Royal and Langnickel. I just didn't know that that was the same people. Now, they did send it bubble wrap, so this is all of the packaging. And that is what the kit looks like. Now, here's going to be the design, a little clearer. It's going to be beautiful. So I got this one because it was beautiful, but also because I just wanted to test. And they did have a sale going at the time, and I saved an additional 15%. And then I also have the membership with them. I think it cost me like 20 bucks for the year, but it gives me an extra 10% off. So, you know, because they had the 15%, I went ahead and just did this so I could test it for you guys. So you'll see that we've got the paint pots here. It looks like there are 10 colors of paints, which means I am sure we will be mixing. All right, so on the back, we have some instructions, and I will open this up. We're gonna go through it, and I'm gonna swatch paints and all that fun stuff that I usually do. So it says paint mixing required right here on the package. And it does show what I'm using to mix those. So like here, A is number 1 and number 4 mixed together. B is number 1 and number 18 mixed together, and it goes on and it tells you all of that here. So let's see if there's more instructions in the package. I like the fact that it's not in a huge box, so it's pretty, you know, easy to store. And then they also have a brush that looks like a very nice brush. Looks like it's maybe around number 1 or 0. Let me check it. So it is this size right here. Let's take a look at the board. It's a thin board, kind of like the Dimensions. It's not super thick like a shipper. It's got a smooth cardstock paper texture to it. So the light blue is a little tricky to read in here, these tiny sections. Thankfully, there is a reference guide. And again, there's some tiny little sections. So grab out your magnifying glass or your little Opalberry magnifier that they send in their kits, which I love. Y'all know I love these. But you can see it that way pretty well. There's going to be letters and numbers in this piece, and the letters are probably going to correspond with our mixed paints. Now, you do need to keep the packaging because that's where your mixing information is going to be, right there. So don't get rid of this package unless you want to flounder. All right, so I will test these paints and I will see how opaque they are, what kind of quality, you know, all the stuff that I normally do, and I will be back to show you what I find. All right, so I'm back and I have swatched the paints in this kit, but before I talk about the paints, I wanted to tell you, and I did this and went, oh, but I popped these out of here and their designated place, their spot. Did not realize they weren't numbered. Before you take them out of these little holes that they're placed in, be sure to take a label sticker or, you know, a Sharpie and label the top, just to make it easier for yourself. The colors were easy enough to match for this particular piece, but yeah, I had popped them out and they had no label on the top, and I was like, no. All right, so what I did was a little different on my swatch than usual because these pots are numbered differently and not in sequential order. So what I mean by that is there's not a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They are numbered based on their color number with Royal and Langnickel. So basically we have number 1, number 3, number 4, number 6, and so on. And then we go up to like number 38 and 44. So what I did is I just kind of marked out the number and just wrote down the number that corresponded to the paint pot on my swatch guide. So now that we've got that done and I've explained that little bit of stuff, I'll talk about the paints. The paints were actually really nice. They were creamy, they were a great consistency, very opaque. The only one that's gonna give me trouble is number 3. Even the white is semi-opaque, and so that's a pretty good white considering usually they're not very opaque usually. So number 3 is transparent, which as we know, these yellows can tend to be, so I Wasn't happy, you know, with that, but the rest of the paints were really nice. So I think this is a great kit. It was not expensive. I will put the price right here. Some of their kits are very expensive, but this one just was not that high priced. And I don't think I told you what size this one is. It's an 11 by 14, looks like. All right, so that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little painting and this unboxing, and you've been introduced now to the Royal and Langnickel Royal Brush Paint by Number kits. And I will see you back soon. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up for this video. Make sure you leave a comment. Tell me if you've ever tried the Royal and Langnickel kits. And join me on Facebook, Patreon, Instagram, and Pinterest. And I will see you back soon.